Alright, hello everyone. It's me once again here to talk about 4 Nights of the Apocalypse. And today it is chapter 196 called Despair and Hope, displaying our boys of Despair and Hope, respectively, Diodora and Percival, as babies. If things had went the proper way and they were both raised alongside each other. We continue where last chapter left off with Percival revealing himself, and then the realization hit the door and he's like, wait, how did it take me not this long to not realize? And is shocked to see that Percival is a knight of the apocalypse, with Percival say, yeah, that's who I am, and I'm the one who's gonna end you, your dad, and this country. And the door is glaring at him first. They exchange glares, and I can't lie, the boldness that Nakaba accentuated on Percival's eyes, incredible. But the door is just like, whatever, man. I don't really care for my dad or Camelot no more, since with the magic I have, I can just look after myself now. But he does state that it does rile him up a little bit, and that he promises once he torments Percival to death in front of the packed house tomorrow, that he will line up the heads of all of his comrades around his body. That which I can't lie, for a closeted nigga to say this shit. When I say closeted, I mean he's never left the house ever. For him to come out with all of this shit, yo, he's actually Ironside's blood through and through. And he just gives a finger salute as he walks away, saying that it's gonna be a blast tomorrow for Percival, for the both of them. And he waves up as he walks away. Percival balling up his fist like not Hey Arnold, that Arthur meme, yeah. And Percival just raw as hell, shadows covering his face, just the eyes. And I told my friend this earlier. For some reason, the look on his face reminds me of, it gives me thoughts of Epic Mickey and Bendy and the Ink Machine. I don't know why, but it just does. And we have the speech boxes in black, which only are like this when he used Nadula Gamala. And it's just I can't let you do that. And that the only one who'll be dying will be Diodora, with all the other people in the back just yo, just sensing his killing intent. Can't lie, that might be my new PFP for a minute. Hold on. We then skip over to Diodora, who's eating at a table by himself, with Diodora just speaking to him. This nigga's so lonely, he has to speak to himself. But it's but I do have to thank you. Just thinking about Percival, I'm guessing, he's just I have to thank you that without him, he'd never been born as he is. And then he just throws his fork, hitting someone in the neck, who turns around to him and begins just attacking him. With one of the guys, probably haven't seen the fight, it's just whoa, hold on, you'll regret that. And then the guy just stops punching for a second, and the other guy's see what your dumbass did? I tried to warn you. And we see that his face is all punched up and bloody, with the door just nonchalantly on the ground
really, nigga?
And states that because of Percival, the door is all alone. He kicks up this nigga's shin, gets up, and starts stomping this nigga out, while stating that his uncle is dead, his father lost his memories, and Robes and turrets stabbed him in the back. So he's obviously more emotional than he wanted to let Percival on, and blames Percival for all of that. With the guy just on the floor helpless, help me. And he promises that Percival will pay for it. Then we just see this bloodied up face of his as a oh my goodness, these panels of the door and Percival, they are literally going band for band right now, panel for panel even, with everyone else wondering where Percival is. And they suddenly see that the guys see that Percival is back, saying that he couldn't hold it anymore, playing off the fact that Donnie said that he had to pee. With Donnie then going it was too long for a piss, you had to do a poo, huh? And Percival just goes along with the lies, just yeah, bingo, sorry. With Anne saying that they can't help but worry when he vanishes like that. I mean, we can't really blame her, since he upped and killed himself at one point for them. And Gawain asked Percival why he took his ring off, with Percival stating that he had forgot it, with everyone was sort of curious at that, with Gawain just pressing Percival about the fact that he went to go talk to the door, and it's just what do you think you're doing, bro? With Tristan arriving as well, and it's just Percival, you're back, where'd you go? And Gawain goes on to berate him, calling him a fool, after I'm guessing Percival explained what he was doing. And Gawain is just wondering if he's trying to put all of them in danger. With Donnie trying to vouch for him, saying that, hey, he put it back on now. So, with Gawain stating that it doesn't work on people who already know it's him. So, that is a limitation, of course. as I expected. I mean, they've been working triple overtime to begin with, so if they could do that on top of that, Lord. Lord.
I'm tired, boss.
Gawain is just obviously stating the obvious questions of what if he decides to snitch to Beltripe, and that if he does, the whole town will go up in smoke. But Percival is seemingly certain that he will not, since he wants to kill Percival with his own two hands. With Gawain also wondering, obviously, how can you be so sure of that? With houses trying to calm Gawain down and ask Percival to calm down at the situation as well. But Percival just stating that he really cannot let that shit slide, and since both Narcians and Anne could have been dead at this moment, and states that the reason he came back after so long is because he felt the need to protect everyone again. Percival then states that because of that, if someone tries to kill any of his friends, he's not gonna let that shit slide at all. He plans to spin back expeditiously, and quotes Lancelot saying that if you're ready to kill someone, you gotta be ready to die yourself. With everyone sort of speechless at that fact, but Donnie tries to calm him down, saying that obviously Lancelot is Lancelot and Percival's himself, and tells him to not say stuff that he doesn't believe and that he's not that kind of guy. With Percival taking Donnie's arm off him and looks away, just upset, asking Donnie what kind of guy he is and how would a human like him know about a life spirit like him. Down. Yeah, oh man, wow. I'm sure Percival will probably regret saying that. He probably regretted saying that the second after those words left his mouth. With Donnie just walking away after that as well, Gareth looking back at him and approaching Donnie even later, stating that Percival values his friends a bit too much and tries to console Donnie, saying that obviously just don't let it get to you. And Donnie's just like, nah, I get it, I felt him back there, and that obviously he can't understand how to help him deal with that as well, and that he doesn't really know how to encourage him. But then he seems to get an idea, which Gareth takes note of. I can't lie, Gareth, maybe it's because of how cross-eyed he is, but like Gareth has one of the meanest side eyes in the series, and Donnie asks him to come over. In the meantime, the argument is still happening, with Gawain sort of berating him how, despite all of it supposedly being for them, that now they're all having infighting, with Percival trying to excuse himself, but Gawain isn't having any of that. Tristan tries to come in to pacify. He's just like, okay, enough arguing, as nice a prophecy, we need to band together and like be as one.
Who the fuck is this nigga, bro?
And I can't lie, the way Percival and Gawain are looking at him right now, crazy. And honestly, I don't blame them, because this is like, how can the person who allowed himself to be brainwashed just come in to try and mediate things? This shit reminds me of how you don't step into other people's beef, like the beef between Nigeria and Ghana, for example, the argument about who has the better jollof rice. As a Congolese person, I have no business being in that conversation, and there's a reason a lot of other Africans stay clear of that conversation as well, because you're not surviving getting cooked by Ghanaian and a Nigerian, especially not a Nigerian. So this is just proof to show that if you see two niggas squabbling or roasting each other, don't laugh too hard, don't try to break up the situation, don't even make eye contact, just stay back and watch the situation unfold itself. But back to this, suddenly a voice and a very familiar silhouette is wondering what all the fighting is about, and says that he's sort of disappointed to see Percival surrounded by so many friends pondering over such matters. With Percival recognizing the voice, with both Anne and Narcians wondering who the person is, but Anne recognized the helmet. With Percival turning around and is just shocked to see his grandfather just stood there as a ghost, probably obviously due to magic, Gareth's magic, and that's where the chapter ends. This was a nice little interlude chapter. Obviously, consequences of Percival revealing his identity, and obviously, despite the cool nonchalant act that he has, Diodora is obviously just vexed to know who Percival is now. And yeah, but having Vargas come back, I can't wait to see what words of wisdom may come from him next chapter and such things. Having Lancelot be mentioned once again by Percival, I can't lie, I hope it's a sign that we'll see him again soon. We'll probably after this arc, maybe in the next arc. But Yeah, I understand Gawain's sort of argument. You can't help but not understand Gawain's argument. Yeah, out of everyone, she is actually the most stressed, despite how like cool and confident she is. Obviously, since Bell Tribe is Bell Tribe, I understand the getting pressed over one Percival nearly, potentially just blowing the whole situation out of order. And it comes to make you think as well when it comes time for them to fight. If Percival wins, again I'm putting if, I wouldn't be surprised if that fight ends up being a stalemate. Because if Percival hits a Nadula Gamala and tries to soul suck, pause, Diodora's life spirit out of him, then Diodora's magic will kick in to do the opposite back to Percival, but then Percival will just come back into his body anyways, and it'll just be a cycle of rinse and repeat. So I wonder how that fight is really going to play out. We'll see when it comes to it. I brought it up because what if Percival wins and Diodora loses, he decides to be a soul loser and just snitches, just like, oh yeah, this nigga's a knight of Apollo, he's the enemy of Camelot. Try to remember they're wearing special rings, this, that, and the third. So there's a danger in that, which may cause the tournament to just, be stopped. Or in the off chance that Bell Tribe's like, damn, they are the enemy of Camelot, but this low key is getting good as well. Forget that then. Then we'll see what happens. And decides to keep the tournament going. Honestly, I feel like with Bell Tribe's personality, as loyal as he is to Camelot, I feel like he would still just do it just because he thinks that he'd still be able to handle all of them, because he just thinks he's that. I mean, let me not say he thinks he's that. He is that guy. This is the Green Knight of the Four Evils Bell Tribe we're talking about. But yeah, that's neither here or there, and that's all my thoughts on this chapter really. I look forward to see what Vargas says to Percival. And can we just take note that despite Percival probably being like, 6 foot, this nigga Vargas is still tower. Is this nigga as tall as like Wembenyama? Like Yao Ming even? But yeah, we'll see what happens. Take care. Till next time.
Watching you people moving up and down. In fact, when I'm through with you, oh my God, you will see.